What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today we're going to have a very special edition of Raw TV, and it's going to be a game. We have story time, we have Raw TV, and now we're going to have game time. And game time is, the game we're going to play today is Find the Answer. Okay? This will go out for anyone, not just the science nuts, but it's geared specifically towards the science nuts who have had this discussion and came on here and told me time and time again about how it's simple calories in, calories out as to how to lose weight. Now, I say there's a hormonal change that makes a big difference, and metabolism makes a big difference, not just in and out calories. And it didn't dawn on me. The whole time I had something right in front of my nose that I've seen over and over again, a good example of how it's not just calories in and calories out. And I didn't even know enough to put it up because it didn't dawn on me. So here's the calories in, calories out question for those guys or girls who are the science nuts, who know everything about everything. Here we go. Now, myself included, just this past weekend, Carrie, with her Junior Nationals, Junior USA's competition, and numerous other people I've coached and trained, and I've seen it time and time again with so many people. And that is, you get to the end of the diet. So you've dieted for 16 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever. And calorically, let's say you were on the same amount of calories. Okay, so you're on a certain amount of calories, you're trucking along and you're losing fat, so technically that would be considered a calorie deficit, correct? Now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and this usually happens about the last maybe week or two before a show, as the intensity increases, your metabolism takes off and gets so fast that you're losing like a pound and a half a day. And you're getting leaner, you're getting more drawn. And it's not water. It is absolutely not water. You can see it coming off the faces. You can see the body starting to flatten out. Now, for whatever reason it is that causes this, my theory is the metabolism gets a spike as we increase that intensity leading up to the show. And as the person trains harder, because it's a week out, 2 weeks out, they push harder. They get a spike in metabolism, which is a hormonal response to a stimulus in the gym that they're getting. Now that, in turn, causes a response in metabolism and causes it to speed up. Now, it's not calories in, calories out, because technically they're burn the same amount of calories while they're weight training. They're doing the same amount of cardio. They haven't switched those things. They haven't reduced their calories through a diet either. Yet they still get a spike in metabolism. Okay? So now you can say, well, you're being more intense. Yes, but the output is not any more than it was before. So technically, mentally, you're trying to tell me mentally that they get so intense that they can cause a calorie deficit to make their metabolism take off like that? Not so. It's a hormonal response to what's happening from the stimulus with the weights. It's not a calories in, calories out thing. Now the second part of this, after the metabolism takes off like that, and you get too drawn, too thin, you've lost too much weight, this is what happened to Carrie for the Junior USA's. When she hit a certain weight, I could see her drawn. And then when I said, okay, we're not going to do cardio today. Don't do any cardio. Let's see if this continues tomorrow. So now we cut back on the output. Her weight continued to decrease. I said, okay, we're not even going to work out. No workouts. No legs, no nothing, no push-ups, no plyos, nothing. Continue. She's still losing weight. Double the meals. Start doubling up meals for a few days. And finally her metabolism stops slowing down a little bit to where she gets a pound back. Now, technically, if these science guys were right, as your metabolism took off like that, as soon as you cut the cardio, you're no longer in a calorie deficit. So now what happens is your body should instantly stop losing, and we double up the meals, it should instantly start going in the opposite direction. That's not what happens. Okay, so now what is happening if the calories in, calories out is not what's really working? And now the metabolism is changing due to intensity, which intensity is no more output in cardio and training that you were doing before, and the calories have not changed or go down. What is happening? There is a hormonal response to the stimulus in the food that is causing those reactions. And if that's what you guys do not think it is, prove me wrong and tell me. Make a video. You know what? Don't even write it. It's too much to write. Make a video. Get your iPhone out, get your camera out, do whatever you're going to do. If you have the answer to this that you can prove me wrong, and not this calories in, calories out bullshit, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no way, when you're not changing calories in, or no caloric intake in, you're not changing any energy expenditure out, that those things make a difference. So the intensity, which causes a hormonal response, which triggers different hormones to do different responses in the body and have reactions. That is what's causing that weight loss to happen. And that's what we see bro scientists time and time again. Now, the average science nut that would be dieting someone like that wouldn't know what to do. And it even happens when you start loading carbs, fats. It doesn't matter what you load. So what would you do? Would you sit down and try to calculate calories? Your body doesn't give a shit how many calories you had. So if you had these science nuts, what they do is say, well, add 500 calories. We almost had to double the calories to get the body to slow down. It's not 500. So 500 wouldn't work. So there goes your whole theory of the calories in, calories out right out the window. So this is my challenge to the people out there that think they know better, who've read all the books, who've never done anything in the gym themselves, who don't even freaking train, all these guys and girls, who the science has all the answers. Answer that. BioSCTraining@gmail.com. Leave the comments down below. Thank you for playing the game. Name this process. That's a different name. We called it something else before. Whatever. It's the game. Play it. And we're out.